Hello? What do you want? No, you can't have it. You can't have it. You have to wait. Good morning, everybody. I'm looking incredibly glamorous this morning. I just didn't want to get out of bed. Neither of us did. So I'm not dressed quite yet. Usually I'm dressed by this point, even though you've seen me in my dressing gowns quite a bit. Yeah, usually I'm dressed by this point, but no, I don't have a coffee yet because if you don't know, I have hypothyroidism, so I had to take my tablet and I have to leave it for an hour before I have anything. I have to wait maybe another half an hour or so until I can have my coffee. I thought I would stop in and give you a bit of a rundown as to what's going on today. I am going to be doing some stuff in the kitchen. I have some chutney to make. It's a Christmas chutney, and I bought the ingredients that I didn't have that I needed last night, so I'm good to go with that. And I'm also wanting to revive Maud because she's been in the fridge, so I've got her out, started warming her up. I'll have to give her a feed because next week I'm hoping to make some like rustic sourdough for my neighbour to send along with some chutney, and also to take to Christmas Day, so Maud will be getting some use next week. So I thought I'd better get her out, get her warmed up and fed. We won't be making bread today, but I will be making chutney, and I'm going to attempt to make scrap apple vinegar again. Now this is something I have tried before and I don't think it worked. I still have it in my cupboard, just hoping that it will turn acidic, but it still smells really sweet, like an actual apple cider alcoholic drink. Like it smells really like that. I don't think that has worked. It's quite old now. And it's got a sedimentary layer, and I don't know if that's right. I mean, I know like the apple cider vinegar that you buy from the shop with the mother has that sediment, so I don't know if it's the same thing. Like, it doesn't smell bad, it just smells like alcohol. But I thought maybe I'll just get rid of that. I don't know if it's worked, and I thought I would try to make some more. Those ones were made, that one was made out of Royal Gala apples. Today's will be Granny Smith apples, so I'm assuming it will be a different sort of flavour. But I've seen a different method for scrap apple vinegar, so I'm going to give that a go. And I'm not sure if there's much more else. That's going to take a little while. So yeah, I figured it was some Christmassy stuff, some Christmas chutney to make, and yeah, I guess now I can open my advent for today. Day 16. It's very rattly today. I'm kind of intrigued. These middling ones have been a little bit hit and miss for me, but we'll see. Hey! No, I wanted one of these. This is fantastic. It is a thread cutter where you use your old rotary blades to work as a thread cutter. So, oh, that is so good. I've wanted one of these. I looked to buy one of these actually at one point from a local what are they called, quilt shop. And I never ended up doing it, but there's one in my advent, so I'm thrilled with that. You see, it's like a little bit of a snowflake sort of shape, and it sits in the base, and the old rotary cutter blade sits inside that snowflake, and you run your threads down like the little indents in the snowflake. So that is so good. I'm so excited about today's. We've come back. It's come back. Maybe I'll set that up later. I do have some rotary blades that need changing, so I might do that later as well. That'll be exciting. Yay! Lighting is so bad in this house. In my viewfinder, I look sort of brown. Anyway, I am about to make some scones because I am hungry and I thought I could eat them for my lunch. Plus it will use up some of my sourdough starter, so I can feed her and get her really going. She has actually woken up quite a bit since I pulled her out of the fridge. She probably, let's put the camera down so I don't pour her everywhere. you might be able to see that there are bubbles on the surface. So they've all shown up since I pulled her out of the fridge earlier this morning. I did feed her right before putting her straight into the fridge, so she's just started waking up immediately as soon as I pulled her out of the fridge. I'm going to use up some of this so that I can A, have scones, B, I will be able to feed her so that she'll be awake. I think I do need to get more flour though before I start making any bread, but that's okay. That's something that can be sorted out tomorrow morning or whenever. But yeah, so I'm going to get on to making these scones, and then while they are baking I probably will start preparing the ingredients for my chutney. So yeah, and I spent this morning redoing my hair, so that's why it was looking so manky, was because I was waiting for it to get really greasy so that I could put bleach through it. So it's all clean now. I did the bleach and I've put more pink in, so we're all sorted. Hopefully we'll be good for Christmas. Hopefully it won't wash out immediately, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna get on to making my sourdough scones. You coming in? What's up there? Alright, so I'm going to get on to making my chutney now. I have got my Dutch oven out, but I think that may actually be a little bit big. But I'm worried that my saucepan's going to be too small. So I think I'm just going to go with the Dutch oven, because that way at least, try and get in better light here. At least I'll have plenty of space. So I've got all my ingredients laid out. I'll let you have a look and I'll tell you a bit more about the recipe that I'm making. Okay, so here are my ingredients. So I've got some Granny Smith apples, I've got some onion, I've got dried cranberries, salt, onion, I already said that. And then I've got cumin, I think, no, ginger, coriander, cumin, and turmeric. Oh, and I need apple cider vinegar. Alright, so that lot is going to basically be put in a pot and boiled. So I'm going to start preparing the onion and the apples. You get to follow along. I forgot to keep my skins for my apple vinegar, so I'm just digging them out of my greens bag. Thankfully it was a brand new greens bag before I started doing this, so... I really, really wish you guys could smell this. It's so good. So it's nearly done. I want pretty much most of my apple pieces to be like brown, like really cooked, whereas there's still some that are a little bit white. So I'm going to just keep giving it a stir. I think it's only got about 10 minutes left. So yeah, that's getting close. I've got my jar lids bubbling away there, and I've got my jars sterilising in the oven. So I'm nearly there. I'm about to make my scrap apple vinegar in a moment, so I will show you how I do that. First things first, we need a jar, and I've got my apple scraps from earlier in here. So what I'm going to do is just chuck them in the jar. I've got quite a few here. So I've got a relatively big jar. I don't know how big these jars are, but they're proper canning jars. Not that that really matters. And I'm going to stick the cores in on top. Like so. Now I just need some of this guy. So I need 2 tablespoons of this. So that is to actually feed the bacterias or yeast or whatever it is that actually does the fermentation in here. And then I have my Brita filter jug. You can't really see it. And then I'm just going to top this up with water. So you're going to want to have your water be above the level of your fruit. So that's kind of coming up, because that will actually, like the stuff that's exposed to the air will actually get moldy. So I'm going to have to try and weight this down somehow. I do have fermenting weights, but they're not made for these particular jars, so I think that'll work. So I've just put one of my fermenting weights in here. Now all I need to do is just put some fabric on top, because this is an aerobic process, so you want the air to be getting in. So I've just got a little 5-inch charm square here. So I'm just going to pop that on the top. Ooh, if I can get my rubber band to go in the right spot. There we go. So now I believe this needs to go in a dark place for a while. I can't remember how long. I'm gonna have to look that up, but yeah, that's basically it, and hopefully we'll be all good and everything is below the surface of the water. And there's my little jars of chutney, so we're all done for today. So Simon is going to be home soon. I've got my podcast going in the background, just ignore it. I'm just going to quickly sign off. So that is day 16, I think is right. So thank you for following along with me. I hope what I did was interesting. I will put recipes in the description and links to things that I did today. But other than that, I guess all there is to say is see you in the next one. Bye.